What's going on, guys? It's Daniel here from We're Actually Good, and since 2016 is nearly over, today I've decided to show you all my favourite games from this year. First I'll start with the ones that have come out in previous years and I've really enjoyed this year, and then I'll give my top 5 for the games that I enjoyed that came out this year. Let's get right into it. So, I played a lot of games this year. Some that have come out in 2002, and some that have come out in 2016. Let's start with the games I played on PS4 this year. Towards the end of the year, sort of around now, I've bought a new graphics card for my computer, and I've started to switch over to PC for my majority of gaming. However, I did enjoy a lot of games on PS4 this year, such as Ratchet & Clank. That new Ratchet & Clank was perfect. It was great. It was a brilliant return to the franchise, and looked great, played great. It was just overall amazing. Also, Uncharted 4, another exclusive. That was amazing. And it actually made it into my top 5 that you'll see at the end. And yeah, I really loved that game. However, the multiplayer was a bit hard to get into. I played Rainbow Six Siege on the PS4. Probably the most interesting first-person shooter I've played ever. It is tactical, it is amazing, can be bullshit at some times, Ash, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I can't wait for year 2. Doom is another one I played on PS4, and oh man, that was amazing. That also has made it to my top 5, and that single player was just short. Sort of short, but definitely amazing. Battlefield 1 came out. See, I played over 400 hours of Battlefield 4 and, you know, expecting to get the same amount of Battlefield 1. The game, don't get me wrong, is amazing. It looks stunning. It plays amazing. Plays it better than 4, I reckon. Just the smoothness of it. However, it lacks all the depth and the challenges and the battle pack system that they had in 4. Yeah, I think they removed a lot of good things that were in 4 and substituted it for slightly better gunplay. Another one that I returned to was Skyrim again. I've done like a half playthrough and sort of got bored of it because I've played hours and hours of that game. On PC, I mean. One Ryan was really excited to, and he still plays, but I haven't really lately, is Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, which came out this year. That was fun. I played a lot of Garden Warfare 1 with him on PS3, and they really elaborated on a lot of the aspects of the last game. One you might be surprised at is I really enjoyed Grow Home. It was one of the free PS Plus games, and probably one of the only ones that was actually worth it other than Rocket League this year. I really enjoyed that. No one else did. I got to the top of the tree and then finished, and I thought, oh, that was a good experience. Yeah, another one was Overwatch. Now, that won Game of the Year, which it did not deserve in my opinion. Argue about that later, but it was fun. It's fun. It's still fun. I'll probably buy it for PC since I think the playbase is just a lot better on PC, and I'll get it cheap somehow, but yeah. Rocket League is another one. There was a free PS Plus game this year. I platinumed it. I also platinumed Ratchet & Clank. The one that takes the cake this year, probably my all-time favorite game, one of my favorites ever, has got to be Metal Gear Solid 5. I sunk about 130 hours into that game, no multiplayer. I 100% completed the story, which was a big grind, and I absolutely loved that game. It was such a shame that it wasn't finished. It was such a shame that Konami fucked over Kojima. And yeah, that was not my best that came out in 2016, my best of this year altogether. Other games I played on other platforms are Witcher 3, probably my first big PC game. It was before I got my new graphics card, and I find it I still haven't finished it. It's taken me all year plus to finish this game, and I just find it really hard to get into, but when I do, it is very fun, so I'm giving it a mention for that. Rise of the Tomb Raider I bought recently for about $40. It was half price, so that is really fun so far. It's just, yeah, it's like the first game, but they've added a bunch of new things, made crafting and hunting more useful, and yeah, I just think it's really fun, and I am only about 23% through, so yeah, that's a great game. One Jaden, or Jaylongunc actually recommended to me was H1Z1 King of the Kill. This is sort of like a spin-off game of H1Z1 where they've made it a standalone for some reason, and it's just one game mode where it's like out of 150 people you have to fight off everyone else, survive and shit to become number one. We haven't done it yet. We did a duos game yesterday where we came second out of 150. There was this one sweaty ass guy just like domed both of us at the very end, but yeah, that sucked. Anyway, another thing I've been doing just in my spare time when I don't have access to a large system is been playing with a Game Boy Advance SP. I'm trying to do all the Pokemon games. I'm trying to play them in a specific order, which is Ruby, Fire Red, Platinum, Soul Silver, White, Black 2, then X, then Sun or Moon, or Stars or whatever. But I finished Ruby this year. You see it there. And I am currently playing Fire Red. So yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Just a little thing to do in your spare time. Another one is Warhammer Vermintide, which I got through Humble Monthly this month, and I would highly recommend this if you have other people that get it. It is very fun with friends. I've played 2 sessions of it, but yeah, it is very fun. Sort of like a bit of a different sort of first-person game that you're not used to. That about wraps it up for my games I've played this year that I've enjoyed. Games that I haven't enjoyed is No Man's Sky, and that's about it. Some games, I know I'm not rich, I don't have all the time or money in the world, so games I will play eventually are Stardew Valley and Abzu. I'm wanting to get them in the Steam sale for cheap. Watch Dogs 2 and Dishonored 2 I am looking forward to. Also, please let Final Fantasy V come to PC, because I really don't want to buy it for PS4 because I've sort of moved on from that, and it looks amazing and I really want to play it since I've never really played a Final Fantasy game and everyone's saying it's amazing. Now on to my top 5 games that have come out this year.
Have you ever tried carrots?
Number 5, I've put Battlefield 1. I would like to rank this higher because I really love Battlefield. However, it was just... you just can't play it for long. It's a little disappointing how little replayability there is. There's a huge gap. Like, you unlock things at level 3 and then you unlock the rest at level 10. There's a huge gap of nothingness in between, which is just a boring grind. I just can't be bothered playing it. My number 4 would be Ratchet & Clank. It was amazing. It was a great game. My favourite PS2 games and some of my favourite games of all time are Ratchet & Clank 1, 2 and 3. This was brilliant. Pretty on par with Doom, which is my 3rd one. Doom was brilliant. It was crazy, it was outrageous, it was gory, it was just throwback to like old way they did games with the boss battles and shit. That was amazing. However, the reason why it's number 3 is I didn't enjoy the multiplayer or the level editor. It just didn't appeal to me. It just seemed like shit. Uncharted 4 is my number 2. That was a very good story. I've played all the other Uncharted games, except for that PS Vita one. It was like adding on to the last games. I've added a bit better gun combat and just more fun. The grappling hook was amazing, but the reason why it's lower than number 1 is because the multiplayer wasn't that substantial. It was fun, I was good at it, but it wouldn't last. It was like Battlefield 1. And my number 1, my ultimate best game that came out this year, Titanfall 2. I've only played like 30 hours of it. I'm almost level 40 in the multiplayer, and I've finished the campaign. One of the best campaigns in probably the best campaign in a first-person shooter since like ever. and just the multiplayer is so fun. It is so fun, and just the progression is steady and good. It doesn't feel like there's so much to unlock that it just feels like you're getting, like, every game it feels like you're leveling up, but you know, you're not. You unlock something every game, like a camo or anything like that, and it just feels good. It's not like a grind. Definitely my number one. A lot of others were really good, but I just haven't played them or weren't interested in them. But yeah, that pretty much concludes my 2016 in gaming. So yeah, like and subscribe if you liked it. If you didn't, cool. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.